Hello, everybody. My name is Riley Clark, and today we're going to be discussing management issues within One America. With me today, I have Blanca, Carly, Elijah, and Liz. Blanca, if you can start us off.
Hi everyone, my name is Blanca and I will be addressing a critical aspect of your organizational success, which is workplace communication. We all know how crucial it is for a thriving workplace, and unfortunately, when communication falters, it can lead to significant challenges. Below is a proven 8-step process that can create a change within the workplace. The information below has been sourced from the following articles: Our Ways to Address Communication Problems in the Workplace by Graham Glass, and 18 Easy Ways to Improve Communication in the Workplace by JustWorks. To begin, I'll start with step 1. We have to identify the issues. Our journey starts by identifying specific communication problems within your workplace. This could be misunderstandings, lack of transparency, or insufficient information sharing. Step 2, creating a communications team. To tackle the issues, we have to form a communications team. This team will be a mix of individuals from different departments and different levels working together and cohesively to address communication challenges. Step 3, we have to conduct a communication audit. We need to understand your current communication processes and tools. This involves surveys, interviews, and focus groups to gather feedback from all employees, finding out what's working and what needs improvement. Step 4, we have to set clear communication goals. We need clear and measurable communication objectives. This could include improving internal communication, reducing misunderstandings, or increasing transparency. Clear goals will give us clear direction. Step 5, develop a communication strategy. The roadmap to success involves creating a comprehensive communication strategy. This includes identifying the target audience, specifying communication frequency, developing content guidelines, and establishing feedback mechanisms. Step 6, we need to implement new communication tools. We need to introduce new tools and new technologies like project management software, instant messaging, or an updated internet, tools that are going to aid the company in better communication within your teams. Step 7, we're going to promote a culture of openness. Leadership plays a crucial role here. Encourage a culture where employees feel comfortable sharing thoughts and concerns. Whether those thoughts and concerns are negative or positive, we have to lead by example and we have to actively listen to get feedback. Step 8, we regularly review and adapt. Our strategy doesn't end with just implementation. We need to continuously monitor and evaluate its effectiveness. Seek feedback from employees and be ready to make adjustments as necessary. Embracing this 8-step process, we not only embark on a journey of immediate improvement, but also lay the groundwork for sustained success in fostering a communication, collaborative, and thriving workplace. Remember, effective communication is not just a strategy. It is a culture that propels organizations towards excellence. Thank you for your time. Now my colleague Carly will discuss poor employee motivation.
Thank you, Blanca. My name is Carly, and I will be informing you about another common work issue. A problem within your company you may be struggling with is lack of employee motivation. We find this an issue within several companies, so to realize that the success of any organization hinges on the productivity and engagement of its employees is crucial. Motivation drives employees to perform their best and achieve the goals set by the organization. A motivated workforce is one that is passionate, committed, and driven to achieve its goals. This leads to increased productivity, higher quality of work, and a more positive work environment, ultimately resulting in better business outcomes. To note, the information used in my findings is all from the article 11 Effective Strategies for Reigniting Motivation in the Workplace by the Forbes Expert Panel. Now, I will briefly talk about 6 steps you can take to improve your employees' motivation. Step 1 is talking it out. We will sit down with the employees to have an open conversations. Each of us leaders will sit down with their employees and talk about any grievances that they may have that can change their feelings. We will also send out a survey with questions regarding why they are unhappy, who they are unhappy with, and what change they would like to see. Step 2 is listening to the employees. We will listen to your employees, whether that is reading the surveys or taking notes from the employees. We will make a list that contains the employees' biggest problems and begin brainstorming a plan. We will help your employees get back on track by providing feedback on their work, both positive and negative, letting them know what they did well and what they need to improve upon. We will also encourage team members to push themselves outside their comfort zones to develop new skills. Step 3, reconnect employees to the why. According to Forbes Council members from the expert panel, employees want to feel that their work serves a greater purpose. It is not just about the money, it is about feeling fulfilled. We will help the employees regain their focus on the company vision and help them reconnect with the why behind their work. We will be sure to share with them why what they do matters. Step 4 is to appreciate and recognize employees. The council members also stated how recognition and appreciation are so important. We also believe it is important to recognize and appreciate the efforts your team puts in and to make sure they know that their efforts are valued. We also will provide employees with rewards and bonuses for their hard work and dedication. Step 5 is work to discover the reasons behind the issue. Low workplace morale does not always mean there is a toxic atmosphere. It can also be caused by things like too much control, unclear goals, or an unbalanced work-life situation. To improve morale, trust your team, give them freedom to work, set clear and achievable goals, and offer flexible work options to help with work-life balance. Step 6 is to provide tailored skill development and growth programs. We will provide specific development and growth programs for each employee. Also, we will provide the employees with growth opportunities and to listen to what they do, what they want to do with their careers. Wrapping up, poor employee motivation can be resolved by using these 6 steps and really coming together as a team to bring positivity and exceeding productivity in the workplace. It is crucial to understand that employee motivation is not a one-time event, but rather an ongoing process. By regularly assessing your employees' motivation levels and addressing any issues that arise, you can create a highly engaged and productive workforce that drives your business's success. Now, I have my colleague Elijah here who will speak to you guys about the quantitative and qualitative evaluations for poor employee motivation.
All right, thank you, Carly. Hi, I'm Elijah, and I'm going to be going over the quantitative and the qualitative evaluations for poor employee motivation. I'll first start off with quantitative evaluation for poor employee motivation. To dive into the qualitative evaluations for addressing low employee motivation at One America, the plan extends beyond surveys and retention rates to focus on measures of performance and growth. So the following information was found on brightgauge.com. Making improvements in employee productivity stands as a pivotal factor in assessing the plan's impact. One America could measure productivity using key performance indicators or KPIs, which are just specific metrics that track how well employees are achieving their tasks and objectives. By comparing these KPIs before and after the plan's implementation, they aim to see if there's a notable increase in how efficiently work is getting done. All right, can you go to the next slide, please? Thank you. Another crucial quantitative aspect involves comparing goal achievement rates between the periods before and after the plan. This evaluation method will allow One America to assess whether the plan has positively influenced employees' ability to reach their targets and accomplish their goals. If goals are being accomplished post-implementation, this could indicate a boost in motivation and just overall engagement in the workforce. In addition to productivity measures, the organization plans to analyze participation rates and skill development programs. By seeing the number of employees engaged in these programs, One America will learn if the plan has encouraged a greater interest in learning for personal growth among its workforce. And an increase in participation could significantly improve morale and just motivation to enhance skills and knowledge. Next slide, please. Thank you. The plan emphasizes the observation of work-life balance metrics in relation to the impact of remote work on productivity. So tracking these changes and leaves taken, breaks during work hours provides quantitative data on how employees are managing their work compared to their personal lives. Similarly, analyzing the effectiveness of remote work setups, measuring how well employees perform in this setting, provides information into the correlation between remote work and productivity levels. So by employing these quantitative evaluation methods, One America will aim to gather data that complements the information gained through surveys and retention rates. These quantitative measures offer specific, measurable indicators of the plan's effectiveness in the fighting low employee motivation and fostering a more engaged and productive workforce. All right, next slide, please. Now I'm going to be talking about qualitative method for poor employee motivation. So One America should always be striving for company growth and development. So we feel it's best to implement a semi-structured focus group interview to identify where they go wrong in poor employee motivation. So after recognizing first that they have that employees' productivity lessens, a demotivated employee can also affect the overall team, creating a negative atmosphere. Additionally, with increasing absences and latenesses at work and just the overall lack of daily tasks, other employees get affected by this and they can become stressed when picking up the slack from their colleagues. Over time, this can lead to a further demotivation on the team, and as colleagues feel overworked and just underappreciated. So in order to prevent this from happening, these interviews will include 50 total employees with a few employees selected at a time from each works groups. Focus groups are going to be used in our data collection to grasp the variation of perspectives and understand through the interactions among employees. And this information was found on mbci.com and typeform.com, which these studies will give us a feedback to explore and understand the employees' experiences in the workplace. To ensure accurate data collection and to be able to see the changes, if there is any, we'll conduct these interviews during a 2-year span, in the beginning, the middle, and the end of the work period. And also these interviews will be held during the employee's convenience. A few examples of some questions that'll be asked during these interviews would be like, how well do you feel your work is recognizing you, or what type of work environment do you work best in? Just some questions like that. So to conclude, the data that was collected in the interviews will not only increasingly strengthen our knowledge regarding poor employee management, but it will also increase employee performance and overall productivity, which is ultimately resulting in exceeding company performance. Thank you for your time, and now I'm going to be handing it over to Liz.
Thank you, Elijah. Hi, my name is Liz. Now we are going to be talking about the quantitative and qualitative evaluations for poor communication. The lack of communication causes problems in any type of setting you're in, whether it's work or personal life. At One America, it has been a problem, and it's a crucial that we are concerned. It's an area of concern for employees there. Some measurements that we can take from the quantitative were surveys. One America could implement this into your company. This can possibly boost up the communication rates within your employees, allowing them to check their emails often and recommend their colleagues to work at One America. And you can find this information in interactsoftware.com. If the communication's lacking in the workplace, many the workforce just stops being all in one and everyone goes their separate ways. So in order for this to be successful, One America needs to implement all these measurements so they can get positive feedback for the employees. So therefore, One America can improve their communication. And then we can have effectiveness by having some meetings so we can hear what the employee has to say and what other employees are feeling, so they can track the problems and the incidents that are occurring within the company, and therefore they won't have them in the future. Um, Qualitative only assures that the tools that we're using are working, so that'll make the work environment better, not just for the employees but for the employer as well. And these metrics were collectively like offer comprehensive framework for the organization. And if we follow these rules, and then we will foster a more productive and efficient work environment. Now we have Riley do the conclusion. Thank you. Thank you, Liz. So for the conclusion, we really just have two main problems here that we're focusing on, one of which being the poor communication that was highlighted by Blanca. This includes the steps of addressing and rectifying the problems, such as identifying issues, creating a communication team. We set goals, and we make sure to review them regularly throughout the period. These are effective by making sure our group and people in the workplace, they're collaborating effectively, and they're ultimately getting the maximum amount of performance for One America. The second problem we have is the poor employee motivation, which was highlighted by Carly today. She identified the importance of acknowledging the problem firsthand, including actively listening to your employees and readdressing them to the reason why they are there in the first place. This really reassures each team member that they're feeling valued and appreciated. After that, we then highlighted the quantitative and qualitative evaluation approaches for both communication and motivation issues. Today, we had Elijah speak about the key performance indicators, for example, and how they can be incorporated within One America. For example, measuring productivity and efficiency, and this boosts the performance of each employee within One America as well. Lastly, we had Liz speak about the evaluation techniques within poor communication. You can do this by conducting tests and surveys, tracking incidents, and project management software. These are all examples of how the company will benefit and ultimately grow throughout One America within the period. I believe that is all that we have for you today, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.